Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony Love, in his house, for real. All right. Yep, so thank you guys for returning. I just want to let you guys know on my membership page, and I appreciate you guys subscribing. There has been an update. You should see it. If you are a member, you will see the MAGA hat and things. There's going to be a red one in the icon, though, you know. So you know how I do. I love trolling the trolls, you know, and that's never going to stop. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the likes, you know. So I'm already prepared for them. I got them all. I got some stuff today. I know you guys really love it when I, you know, tease the trolls, but you guys and the likes and stuff too, and things like that, I really appreciate it. Boy, we had a banger. What was that, Saturday or Sunday? I think it was Sunday. But yeah, I wanted to do one yesterday, but I had to set some things up. But once again, I appreciate you all for being a part of Some Random Guy Speaks. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead on and start it off, you know, America First. I put the other title in there, you know what I'm saying, and things. So yeah, so that is basically it. But we know it's America first, you know. There's no question that America is healing. America is healing big time, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just happy that since we have our fearless leader, Donald J. Trump, you know. Oh, yeah, let me move the flat, man. Let me do this, man. I keep doing this. Hold on for one moment. All right, there we go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we have our fearless leader. Just give me one moment here. I look like my backdrop is jacked up here. Hold on for a minute. I forgot to put that back up. Oh, boy. Let me go put my backdrop back up. But, yeah, because I was so excited. Hold on for a minute. What the? Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. And I appreciate you guys. There we go. That's a lot better. All right. I was wondering, why is that looking so strange, you know? That's what happens, though, when you're not getting paid like a lot of these influencers, man. They got the $1 million studios and stuff trying to play it off, you know what I'm saying? Let me move this flag out the way. There. Wait. There we go. All right. There I go. Got my MAGA cap on today, you know. I had to rock out the Tigers, you know, but you know how it is. I don't think we did so well on that one game, but that's all right. The Pistons lost too, though, the other day, boy, playing against Orlando Magic, you know. But other than that, though, you know, we have to pull it out, because nobody comes back after a 2-love or whatever. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The 2-0, I call it love, but you know what I mean? I play tennis a lot, too. So, yeah, so other than that, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful day today. Thank you once again. And I appreciate all the likes, you know. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. What we going to talk about? Man, you're going to love my new memes, man. Oh, my goodness. Woo, man, I was cracking up last night putting them together, though, I tell you. I was over here putting them together, boy, I tell y'all, man. But, yeah, just give me one moment here. I'm just going to go ahead and fix a couple of things here. And, yeah, I was, you know what I'm saying, though, boy, I tell y'all, man. It was a beautiful thing, though. I was cracking up, you know, because it was just so funny. You know how how I like to cook them, you know. But it was so funny, boy. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. But it was so funny, though, you know, and things like that. So, yeah, okay, there we go. All right. So what we're going to do, all right, now that we have that out the way there, let me see here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put up, for right now, because that's where we can really get them going, is let me do the Trump thing here for a minute, and that way that'll go ahead and really work them up. You know how I do, man. I just can't stop, you know, because I know they'll come in here and do it to me. So, you know, but other than that, though, let's go ahead and put this one up here. Somebody that created this one. Trump, the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Let's go ahead and put that up over there. That'll really get them worked up and going, you know. We're just going to make that smaller there. Here it is. Trump, right? The GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and give Trump a little, you know, shout out, because he's making America great again and things. So it's a beautiful thing. And then we're going to go ahead and get into it, though. So let's talk about it. America is back, baby, you know, as Trump says, you know. Trump, the greatest hits of 2025 to right now, right? We're going to go on and talk about it. And we're going to also talk about the hypocrisy coming from these damn liberals, right? That's what we're going to talk about, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the show. And let me tell you something right up, right? If you are a red-blooded, freedom-loving, American first patriot, today's episode is going to make your day, right? Because we're going to talk about the receipts, the cold, hard, undeniable receipts, right? The mainstream media isn't going to cover, you know what I'm saying? The late night comedians, sure, aren't going to cover it, but we will right here, you know what I'm saying, and things. So we're going to talk about every single win, right? Every single promise kept, every single moment with Donald J. Trump looked the establishment dead in the eyes and said, America first. And he meant it, right? From January the 20th, 2025, ladies and gentlemen, right now, this is the greatest comeback story in president history, boy. When he won, right, the popular vote, right? Not only that, but he won in 7 swing states, right? He won the House and the Senate when they said it couldn't be possible. One man, right, that stood up, and that was Donald J. Trump, man. That's why I say, that's why we in a better light now. When we had Joe Biden? Oh my goodness. Woo, man. That inflation shot up to 9%. We're still in that inflationary period. You do realize this, right? Inflation really never go away. As long as there's a thing called the central bank, it never goes away. It can be delayed and it can play with the numbers, but really we are still riding off the coattail of Joe Biden, right? Let's go and keep it real. So, which is basically the basement Obama. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get it though, you know. So here it is though, right now, boy, I tell you, man. So here it is. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's gonna get not bumpy, but it's gonna be a smooth ride as we segue right into it. Now here it is though, and things. So we're gonna have a little breakdown. So we know about the economy, right? But here it is though, you know. Y'all remember when said not Obama, but Biden and basement Obama, right? Y'all remember when the gas prices was like $5 a gas and I remember this, right? This is like what was considered to be the new normal. And you guys are liking it because you know what it means, know what it was. We all been in that era, right? Remember when he told us that the 9% inflation was transitory, right? Remember when the gas lit, right? Oh man, the entire country, and told us that the economy was just fine when they were choosing between groceries and electric bill. Y'all remember that stuff. See, y'all thumbing it up because y'all know what it was like, right? And we're talking about it right now, right? And I mean, a day one, this man went to work, right, on the American economy, right, like a wrecking ball, right? He was like a bull in a china shop, right, breaking down the deep state piggy bank, and the results was jaw-dropping, right? Boy, I tell you, gas dropped to its lowest level in nearly 5 years, and we're just talking about it, right? So here it is. So a gallon, right? Okay, so here it is, though. So we're talking about like 19 states, right? You want to talk about a tax cut for every working American. That is a tax cut. Every single time you fill up your tank, Donald Trump just put money back in our pockets, and this is what's been going on. I'm talking about the history of it all. But wait, it gets even better. The real GDP, right, in the third quarter of 2005 surged to 4.3%, smashing every single economist's prediction, right? Then the Atlantic Feds turned around and said, hold on, right? The fourth quarter might even be better, projecting 5.3 growth. My friends, those are Reagan-era numbers, which was true. Those, and for those that have been around long enough, those are numbers that make globalists cry. You know what I'm saying? Where my crying thing at? Y'all know how I do. You know what I'm saying? Where the crybaby thing at? Oh, globalists, it's okay. Oh, yeah, the globalists is crying. Boy, they was crying then, boy. They still crying now. Boy, I tell you. But here it is. It is crying right into their Chardonnay, aren't they? Oh my goodness. So here it is. He created 654,000 new private sector jobs. And here's the part that really gets me fired up, right? Every single dollar, or I should say, of the net growth went to native-born Americans. Ain't that something? Boy, I tell you, every single dollar, because when you enforce your immigration laws, right? Imagine that American workers, right, get the jobs, right? And this is what he ran on his promise, as opposed to before. Who was getting those jobs? They were allowing a lot of illegals in our country. They were grabbing the jobs, especially the low-skilled ones, right? They let every unfilthed clean bird in here, man. It was true, man. Oh my God. Don't even mention about the gangs. What is it? Trinidad, Lagra, and MS-13 and all the rest of them, sanctuary cities. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you. And the blue collar, the wealth growth, right? People, the left said that they care about the plumbers, the welders, and construction workers, right? And even the truck drivers, right? They saw the biggest wage growth in nearly 60 years, right? But here it is. Not since the era of the American manufacturing dominance have workers been paid this well. Inflation crushed, right? Running at a 2.4% since Trump took office. That's an actual fact. That is a 70% drop, right, from the Biden catastrophe, right? These were the real wages went up, right? Boy, that Biden catastrophe, man, that was big, man, you know? But as I said before, Trump is not just concentrating on lowering inflation. He wants to get rid of it entirely. How do you do that? Well, there's a such thing called a central bank. And many of you that have watched my shorts, watched my stuff, I always talk about it because this is something that impacts Americans. As long as we have a central bank, that means that they are controlling the economy. They can raise rates up, they can bring rates down, right? So here it is. We are still in this inflationary period, right? Where the numbers are stagnant, right? They are not going to drop it, right? And we know this because they hate Donald Trump. They understand, was it Jerome Too Late Powell? You think he's going to do something? This is a dude, right, that was renovating, I try to keep a straight face, renovating, right? I try to be stern here, renovating, right? The Federal Reserve buildings. I mean, astronomical price or whatever, man. And what's taking so long? All this money got to go and renovate, right? They keep their stuff in secret. Nobody knows the inner workings of the Federal Reserve Bank. You know why? Because it's not a part of the government. They just put the name on there, Federal Reserve, but it's nothing. It's a private Western Central Bank. And this is the main culprit. This is what Trump is doing. So we know what the Federal Reserve Bank or the central bank, Western Central Bank, however you want to call it, IMF, how you want to call it, it's all the same. It's all intertwined with each other, right? Because look at it. Who has access to that purse? The people on the left, right? What do you think they're getting all this money for? Where do you think that a lot of this stuff is going? It's coming from there. We know this, right? This is exactly what it is. So I'm kind of going over a little bit of what's been happening behind the scenes, why they want Trump. They don't want him to succeed. We know the left and the rhinos don't want Trump to succeed because if he succeeds and make America great, as he said, he promised that he's going to do, what does that leave the people on the left? It leaves them no wiggle room to be able to cheat or anything, right? Here's their money. It goes up in smoke, right? Just like Elon, you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about Ilhan Umar. It's just like her money goes up in smoke. She done went from $30 million. Now it's just been a mistypo. Oh, you know what I'm saying? How do you have a accounting error so big? Nobody would miss $30 million. Oh, I'm not really a millionaire, right? You know what I'm saying? Who does that, right? Hey, Ilhan Umar is coming down to the wire, though. I told people, boy, you're going to be in them silver bracelets pretty soon, though. You're going to be in them silver bracelets, right? And not just her, it's going to be many more of them, right? Because she has to justify where that money came from. Here it is. She was what? She wasn't even worth nowhere. When she first got signed, it was signed up when she got elected. Unfortunately, she got elected, right? And I appreciate the likes too, thank you. But she got elected, right? And then what ended up happening, right? She went from what, $1,000, if even, up to $30 million. And then what's the deal with this darn vineyard, right? This winery thing, right? This wine vineyard thing that we never see. I mean, don't make any sense. What's up with her husband? It's a lot of sketchy stuff. You see, she's panicked out. You know what I'm saying? So we just over here talking about the hypocrisy. It's going to get better, though, too, as I go on. But I'm just calling out one particular thing, though, you know. The Dems are looking so bad right now, they can't even sell it. Man, I was on this one woman's channel, whatever. I'm trying to think of her name. Boy, I tell you, but she couldn't even sell it, man. But at any event, it ain't no important or whatever. But she talking about how Trump, you know, we already seen the fake news, right? CNN, MSNBC, or which is MS Now, right? ABC, right? CBS. All these lying rags that they call the news, right? Oh, Trump's ratings are so far down low. Oh, man, even MAGA don't even rock with him no more. Oh, man. So they telling all these lies, right? And when in actuality, his numbers are so high, it's over 100%, right? And here it is. And that's even with MAGA, right? Let alone because more people in America like yourselves that are leaving listening to me, we feel better having a real president in charge, right? That could make the tough decisions. Biden was incapable of doing it. Obama was even incapable of doing it, right? This is the thing. He was bowing to everybody. Trump never bowed to nobody. That's a real leader. You seen pictures of Obama. Do I have to show the receipts of how Obama be bowing and stuff like that? Man, I tell you, man, he's submissive, man, submitted to these other countries. I mean, America is the #1 superpower in the world. Why are we bowing, right? But I just tell you, man, we're going to bring up some of the hypocrisy with them in a minute because, you know, I love showing the receipts, right? So what about the one big, beautiful bill, right? Boy, Christmas in July, I tell you. Now, folks, I want you to picture this scene for the 4th of July, right? 2025, right? Independence Day, right? And this is basically what we're going to do for 2026 as well. Fireworks going off, right? The great nation, right? I remember that. And President Donald J. Trump, right, walked up to his desk and signed the one big, beautiful bill into law. You know, he said he was going to get it done, and he got it done, boy, I tell you. And on the 4th of July, only Trump, right? And what did the big, beautiful bill do? It lets me count the ways, right? First, it made the 2017 tax cuts and the job permanent, right? Done, right? Finished. The left spent years trying to let those tax cuts expire, which is true. To raise your taxes to take more of your money and shovel it into the bureaucracy's money pit. Ain't that what they do? Right? That's why they crying now, right? What did Trump say? Not on my watch. And he locked those cuts in forever. It's forever now, baby. Who's winning? America with Trump. Who's winning? Who's losing and who's winning? We know who's losing. Oh, it's okay, liberal Democrats. It's okay. It's okay. Somebody got to win and somebody got to lose, right? Y'all been ripping off the American people for far too long. Look at all this. Look at the USAID fund. They created slush funds and so forth. Boy, I tell you, they created all these things, ladies and gentlemen. Slush funds, right? NGOs, you know what I'm saying? So here it is. So we're going to go ahead and get down to it and talk more about it. Boy, I tell you. So here it is. So where are my notes here? The second is no tax on tips, as you guys remember, right? No tax on tips. You heard me right? The waitresses working at a double shift, right? The bartender that's on his feet for 8 hours that the so-called liberals have forgotten about, right? The hotel housekeepers, right? Running room to room, right? They keep every dollar on of their tips, right? Here's the thing about it. How are the Dems going to combat against this? They even tried to steal it under Kamala Harris. Y'all remember that? That didn't work out too well because they said, you didn't create that bill, Harris. That was already a Trump bill. You didn't have no policy. Y'all, Kamala Harris has been riding off of as the old Joe Biden's and tried to steal some of the current Trump stuff, right? Because she didn't have a policy of her own. She just looked at, like a low IQ person, right? Oh, I tell you, man, They can't combat against this stuff. Trump has what we call common sense policies and logic that makes a lot of sense. On the left, they don't have anything, though. They try to sell you on the BS, right? But in actuality, all they're going to do is not follow through. Even if they had a plan, they never keep their word. And they always blame it on somebody else, which is Trump in this case, right? So no federal government, right, with its hand out, you know what I'm saying? Right, I tell you, that's respect. Dignity and respect, right? Dignity, right? That is the Republican Party's final standing up for who? Working class on the way, right? And this is exactly what it is. We have policies that are standing up for the common man. Democrats never gave a damn about the working class, let alone anybody else but the rich. They submit to the rich. To the rich. To the rich. May as well be the witch. Rich, I tell you. That just rolled off my tongue, though, But third, right, Trump accounts, right? For his accounts, every single baby, right? Don't forget about this one. Born in America gets $1,000 deposit into their savings account. What is it? The day they arrive. So the baby, that started 2026. So any baby born after January 2026, oh man, y'all got $1,000. That's almost that's a great thing. The Democrats never done it. See, what I do on this channel is that we bring up, once again, common sense stuff. All they can say, shut up, shake my head. Oh, he's a Trump supporter. They don't have nothing, no type of policy to combat this. Oh, he's a Nazi, he's a racist. Every single child, not white babies, black babies, Asian babies, Indian babies, Hispanic babies, and so forth. Anybody, Arab babies, anybody born in America, right? And you are a citizen of the United States of America, guess what? You got $1,000 sitting in there for that baby. And it's going to go towards a tuition for college. And your parents, you guys can grow on this. I think even Michael Dale from Dale Computer, him and his wife is even putting up $2 in the pot. You know what I'm saying? This ain't never been done before in America, right? I say, man, we are winning, boy. Winning, winning, winning. Once again, that's all we know how is to win. Yep. Right? So here it is, right? So this is the thing. And it's a deposit into their savings account. Every day they arrive, $1,000 started as a welcome gift, right? Excuse me, from a country that believes in your future, right? Let me get something to drink here. So it's a country that believes in your future. The Demo KKK rats, they never believed in your future. They never believed in the country because they hate the Constitution and they hate the American people more so than ever because they know 77 million plus voted for Trump back in 2024. This is why, right? There it is. I tell y'all, man, and I welcome y'all to the chat. I thank you for all the likes and everything, man. It's been lovely, man. So as I go down and we're going to cook them again, and like I always do, but let's talk about, we still talk about Trump's policies. I could cook them with Trump's policies, right? And this is exactly what it is, right? But here it is. I challenge anyone on the left to tell me that this is not beautiful. They want to call it the ugly bill, but they don't have no bill, right? Here it is. Trump, once again, we got the no tax on tips, right? We got the no tax on, no tax on overtime and no tax on seniors. And we're going to talk about all this stuff because this is important. This is stuff that they hate on the left. That's why they like little, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be cool. But here it is, though. We're talking about common sense stuff. This is what we're talking about. They can't combat it. This is why 77 million plus voted for Trump back in 2024, because they saw America first, right? We ain't talking about these fake MAGA people. We don't want them. They've been exposed, right? We're talking about people that stood by Trump. I'm still standing by Trump because what is the obvious? We don't have any obvious, right? These people, it'll go back to the way it was if these people here, they already told you they're going to come after every last one of us, right? If they ever get in power. This is how bad it is. Does that sound like a party that really care about America? Or is this a party, right? It reminds me of Star Wars. Remember Execute Order? Hold on, I got that. Hold on for a minute. For you Star Wars fans, because this is exactly what it is, though, right? I'm just going to talk about it, right? He already said it. They already said they're going to come after everybody, man. So this is why it's incumbent. We have to vote and kill it in the midterms. We got to knock it out because you already know if they get in there, they're not going to be nice to you, MAGA supporters and people that voted for Trump. They said they're coming after everyone. Think about this, right? Where's my, oh yeah, there it is. I found it.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
And that's it, and that's absolutely correct. We are living in Star Wars right now. You got Darth Vader, somebody like that that's in the background running stuff. It could be Soros and others, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is, though. They said they're coming after, so that's what I'm telling you guys, right? They ain't telling you something you don't know. But who talks like this, right? Who talks like this? You even heard, even the low IQ, was it Hakeem Jeffries? Oh my goodness. I can't stand listening to that dude, man. And I ain't the only one, man. Oh my goodness, man. Ooh, man. Oh, man. It's supposed to be the rising star of the Demo KKK rat party, man. I don't think so. You know, even how he talks, man. I can't take it, man. I cannot take it. All right, so let's go back into it. So fourth, a $6,000 deduction for seniors. Oh my gosh, over 65 and older. Boy, here it is. This is a mic drop. I just dropped the mic on a man. Why should I even go on, right? Because Trumps have real policies that work for real American people. What have Hakeem Jeffries and the rest of them? What has Chuck Schumer, right? Pencil neck, Adam Shifty Schiff. What have they done to help America? I'm asking the question to the liberals once again that hate asking questions. They even told you guys, they said when they get back in power, they ain't doing no debating. They going after, I'm telling you, man, this is how deranged these people are, right? And it's just getting worse. They're getting worse because they can see that the power that they used to wield and hold is slowly slipping away from their hands, and they know it, right? So let's go ahead and go on, right? Boy, I tell you, our grandparents, right? Our parents, the greatest generation and the baby boomers who built this country, they get relief, right? They earned it, right? And this is absolutely true. For you baby boomers, you guys 65 and older, you deserve it, right? You deserve a $6,000 deduction. Do you know what that means? That means you have more money in your pocket than you ever have before. This means that you can go out, you can even spend a little money on your grandchildren, right? And your great-grandchildren, man. You know what I'm saying? We know how much you love your kids and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. You shouldn't have to be sitting up here eating sardines, cat food, and all the rest of this stuff, trying to decide, am I going to spend this, rob Peter to pay Paul? I got to spend all this money on my insulin. I got to spend all this money on my high blood pressure. I got my heart medication versus I got to eat cat food because it done jacked up. Thanks to Obama once again, right? Boy, talking about Obamacare, right? This stuff is not that complicated, right? I'm not a person that write for the Wall Street Journal. That's obvious, right? They have a particular type of people. These for these big head people. Who is the average person? The average person is not these big head scholars and stuff. I'm talking to everyday blue collar people like you and me, right? And that's why they don't like it, because I make it look too simple. Instead of using these big old words, trying to be all scholarly, I'm just being myself. That's why I named the channel Some Random Guy. I could be a random guy and talking about these people, professors and stuff. No knocks against the educational system, but at the same time, they make it sound like you got to have a journalism degree. You got to have master's degree and all this stuff. Man, who reads the Wall Street Journal? I'm sure most of y'all don't, because I don't. And it's a bunch of bull anyway. It's crap, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So let's get back on this, man. So here it is, though, right? So now we're talking about, the $6,000 for people and the senior citizens, right? The fifth deduction is the overtime. You heard me mention. We all know it. Through 2028, you want to work harder, right? We all do, right? But you want to put extra hours and build a better life for you and your family. The government is going to reward you for that. Not punishing you, but rewarding you. So if you want to pick up some extra hours and you want more money in your pocket, guess what? Trump got you, right? He said, hey, you should be entitled to make $16 if you want so, if you don't pass out. But you just got extra money coming into your account instead of the government coming in and snatching it. See, the Dems and the Rhino saying, oh, no, Trump, don't do it. You know the Dems, man. The Dems, because this is cutting out, they want that extra money. The more that we work harder, guess who's been reaching in there? The 40-40 rule. You work 40 years. You work 40 years of your life. They take 40% of your earnings. That's the 40-40 rule, right? What's the fun of that? Many of the people that's older know what this is like. You work 40 years of your life if you make it that long, right? And another thing is they can go into our taxes 40%, man. How do you win on that? They don't care. That's why the Dems, Rhino Republicans, they keep saying raise the taxes, raise the taxes, raise the taxes, raise the taxes. Every time they raise the taxes, guess what? Every time they raise it, they're taking more money, right? Enriching themselves, enriching their families. These politicians don't give a damn about the people on the left. The left think they do, right? And once again, we ain't gonna be listening to them because they always have had a failed policy from the beginning. I'm gonna say it since their party was started, 1828 up into 2026. It has failed the people, has failed the black man and woman, and it just failed everybody. It's just stinking all over the place. They so bad, stinking. You even got Democrats that don't want to be Democrats no more. They all running around trying to pose as moderates, and they are Democrats. Just don't believe the hype, right? Boy, I tell you. So let's go ahead and go down through here, right? So with the one, let me see here. We have that here. All right. So the one bill, right? One signature. Millions of Americans live, right? Our lives made better, right? That's what America First looked like on paper, right? It looks like that on paper. America first, ladies and gentlemen, not second, not third. Shit, when the Democrats was running, man, they had us way down to maybe like about 5 or 10, you know, because foreign illegals was first, right? Even the world was first. They took our money, right? They enriched these other countries around the world, man. We was the doormat of the world. That's why these countries didn't respect us, man. This is why the French don't like us. A lot of these other countries don't like us, man. They hate us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like these guys are, man, we'll take it, though. Stupid American and all this other stuff, man. Please. But look what happened. Trump turned it around, man, like John Connor. Da-da-da-da-da-da. This is a modern-day John Connor, man. If you watch Terminator, man, it was one man that risen up, you know. He formed a resistance, right, to push back against these terminating low-down ass Democrats, right? Demo KKK rats to be a better name for them, right? Who never gave a damn about the American people. You don't need to have a 4-year degree working at Wall Street Journal, right? Because they can't even defeat the basic talking points of what I'm saying, right? You know, this is crap, man. And who are they, man? And you got these libs running around here and the things knowing damn well they getting paid for this crap. You know what I'm saying? And they are. So let's go down a little further, man, because I just love cooking, man. That's what I got to do. That's what I do. So, you know, we're going to have this show for years, right? And years, right? and I appreciate you guys overall, though, you know. Trump is not that guy. Here's the headline, right? And I want to let you guys let this sink in, right? Excuse me. For the first time in 50 years, the United States recorded negative net migration. You know what that means? Negative net migration. That's like zero. Ain't nobody coming in here. Why couldn't the Dems do this, right? They did not. They are the problem that brought them in here. And here it is. I can pull up right now and show you under the Obama, Hillary Clinton, right? How they were talking about having illegals in this country was bad for America. Now they over here welcoming it, right? They sure hate that. That's one thing about Kamala, man. Kamala, man. And when you got to tell that lie, you got to remember that lie. Did they forget that lie talking about how they welcome and the dreamers and all this other kind of stuff in sanctuary cities? When we got them recorded saying the opposite first, right? Oh, my goodness, I tell you. This is the safest crime down over 125 years. And we know a lot of that has to do with the aggressive policies of Trump and America First. Somebody had to do it. They wasn't sitting around waiting for Congress to make a move. Trump had to take action, right? Because the Dems set it up that way where you don't have to rely on Congress. And that was under Obama, right? With that war and all the rest of that stuff that we talk about. I believe it was Afghanistan or whatever. They set that stuff up. That was Obama. So it was okay with Obama, but he can't do it with Trump. Trump is only doing not have to deal with Congress because Obama set it up that way. You know what I'm saying? You should blame Obama, right? But see, I kick these liberals in their ass, and I just love doing it. And I have fun doing it, right? Because I'm going to it's a clown show, man. It's talk about to say the least. Boy, they make themselves look foolish, right? So The United States recorded a negative net migration. This means for the first time since 1975, more people left this country than entered illegally. Right? 50 years, right? Here it is. Do you understand how the historic that is, right? Multiple residents, both Republican and Democrat, failed to achieve what Trump achieved in his first year. The border is not just better, the border is transformed. And they just hate the facts on that. CNN ain't gonna tell it. MS Now ain't gonna tell it. What else? ABC, CBS, these are controlled rags. That's why they don't tell it. They are the extension of the deep state. Everybody know this, right? It used to be conspiracy, but now it's jumping off the pages. Boy, I tell you, man. So it's pretty obvious, right, that they hate Trump and they hate MAGA. They hate American patriots. They hate the Constitution. They hate the big, beautiful bill. They hate the fact that Trump has set up $1,000 to each and every child that's born after January 2025 and so forth. Look at all these policies that I've been naming, right? Boy, we going down there more and more and more. It's irrefutable. They can't they can't what is it? It's irrefutable, right? And one thing for sure is they can't dispute it. It's irrefutable, man. They can't do it. They can't do it. So let's go ahead and go down further, right? Do you okay, so we talked about that. Right. Here it is. Illegal crossing, right? Plummeted. It just went way down, right? Boy, I tell you, military resources deployed to the southern border. I remember that. They brought in like some of these different departments. I remember the 10th Mountain Division, right? They brought in some of the other military forces at that southern border to secure it, right? Because it was a mess before. Trump took action. Dems didn't do nothing but just welcoming in, welcoming. We got the Remain in Mexico going on. I tell you, man, they're being vetted for the first time ever. Boy, remember before under Obama's time, he was catching them at the border and telling them to go back home. Nobody said nothing then. It wasn't no marches. You didn't see no BL. You didn't see none of this stuff, right? No kings. You ain't seen none of this stuff, right? He was supposed to be their rah-rah man. I mean, their golden child, right? He's not golden, man. He's more like the boo-boo child, man. Boy, Obama's boo-boo, Big Mike. Oh, my goodness, man. That is so terrible, man. But he could sign a bill on same-sex marriages, right? That's about it, right? That's what we called him, the first gay president, because, hey, you know what I'm saying? Policies went towards him and didn't go into the black community. How could he be for a first black president? He ain't did shit for the black community at all. My goodness. I tell you, deportation operations back in full swing, right? The people who came here illegally broke our laws, oh my goodness, and undermined our sovereignty in this nation. They are being sent home now thanks to Trump. Once again, where's my applause at? Because, like it is, somebody had to have the balls to stand up like a man. So somebody had to do it. What about the fentanyl crisis, right? The poison that has been destroying American families, right? Trump been said it. Did the Dems ever do anything to stop the illegal crossing of fentanyl that was killing Americans left and right? I mean, look at it now, boy. It's just cleaned up, man. They were out there in these country areas like Ohio, Michigan, and these other places. They ain't have much to do just sitting back getting on fentanyl, man. You can even smoke weed, man, would have to worry about fentanyl in it. People was dying, man. You guys know it. Some of you have family members that have succumbed to fentanyl and things like that, to their demise, right? And that's why we're talking about it now. Did the Dems do anything to stop it? No, right? Did the Dems do anything to shut down that border? No, because they were welcoming them in. What about Alejandro Mayorkas? You even had Kamala Harris, right? She called herself the border czar, right? Look at it. Trump built that big, beautiful wall and was almost completed. What did Biden do? He wasn't going to finish the completion of the wall. He sold the material, right, for dirt cheap. Trump had to get that back, right? Because that lets you know when you got a president and a vice president that don't give a damn about the American people, it's obvious, right? That's why I just look at them as low flies in here. If I'm talking about these old fake liberal bots, because I'm not bothered by them. I'm hitting so much facts with receipts, and we're going to get down to some of these videos in a minute. But here's the thing about it, though, man. They have nothing. They have nothing at all. That's why I don't give them the space to even debate no more. We way beyond that. Since they don't want to debate when they get back in, they claim they're going to get back in power, I don't want to debate now because we don't need to. You know, it's just a distraction. They're liars. They're cheats, right? And they hate America. That's all you need to know, right? That's exactly what it is. So here it is. And the results, right? So we're talking about, before I even go there, Trump signed a legislation, right, strengthening prison sentence for fentanyl smugglers, right? We are going after the cartel, right? He said that. He said going after networks, going after every single person profiting off of America death. This is what Trump said. This is why he's the man today. What did the Dems do? You ain't never seen, you don't know no policies on the left. All they do is just have this little fluff stuff, and they don't stand on nothing. And they're not, because all they're going to do is blame it on somebody else. They always do. And this is Trump, man, cooking them, right? What about the results? What about the overdose deaths in America, right? That failed. It went down. Since Trump shut that border down, we don't hearing a whole lot of overdosing of fentanyl no more like we used to, right? And this was the plan as well. This is called population control, right? Because that's what the main aim and what the liberals were going to be doing anyway for years and years. And the numbers climbed under the Dems, right? Parents were being burying their kids and stuff. Communities in mourning, right? Since 2025. Under Trump, it started going into other directions. This is not a statistic. That is somebody's son or daughter who still, right? Who still is alive today, right? And it's true. It is somebody's son and daughter that's still alive today because of Trump and his policies and his administration. This is the stuff that these lying-ass so-called liberals that think they so smart, they can't even answer any of this stuff. This is why they always changing the goalposts, right? They always want to deflect, right? They always what else they wanted to do, right? They don't stand for nothing, right? And then they want to ask you a question till they get you a gotcha moment. That's sad. If that's all they have, nobody's threatening about that or whatever. That's why they say if we ever get back in power, they're not going to debate because they can't debate. You can't hit with facts and stuff. They're the ones that created feelings over facts instead of facts over feelings. That's why a lot of these liberal men that I don't respect either. I don't like them. I dislike them more. I don't use hate because that's a strong word, but I dislike them. But they have hatred towards me, right? But I dislike them for the BS policies that they stand on. They don't stand on truth. They don't stand for America or the American way, right? They don't. They hate it, right? And we exposing this even more so, right? So let's go down the list here, right? So let me see here. So we're going to talk about it. DOGE and the deregulations, right? The Department of Government Efficiency, right? DOGE, led by the world's successful entrepreneur, which is Elon Musk, right? The deep state absolutely lost their minds over this. The bureaucracies panic. The career government employees, one who'd, right, been doing nothing for 30 years and collecting six-figure salaries. Like I've been calling them out, right? They say it's coming and they scream, right? But here it is. They, look at this, career politicians, right? They were over here just creating bills. Nobody in Congress, right? Nobody read the stuff. They just passed it on through. You have a lot of pork that was going on. It didn't benefit the American people. It benefited them personally, because this is why we got a slew of millionaires in the government right now. Senators, right? Congressmen. How do you become a governor, right? And they did it, right? This is what's going on for a long time. Career politicians, right? Chuck Schumer should have sat down a long time ago. Bernie Sanders should have set his old behind down a long time ago. Thune, Buffoon, and all the rest of them should have set their behind down a long time ago. Mitch McConnell should have sat down a long time ago, right? All these people that set up in that damn Congress for eons, right? They set up in there and stuff until they practically, what's that one chick, Dianne Feinstein? Remember she passed away about a few years ago? These were career politicians for years, man. And they did not do anything for the American people, which is a damn shame, right? So if you got confidence in AOC, if you got confidence in Chuck Schumer or what's the other buffoon that we talking about, Hakeem Jeffries and them, Cory Booker, y'all got faith in these people, the Brooklyn Barack, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be the rising star. I don't have faith in any of them, right? They're the problem, right? Look at them. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man. So talking about it, boy. So the career government employees, right? One who been doing nothing but for the 30 years, as I mentioned before, collecting six-figure salaries, right? As I mentioned before. So here it is. Let's talk about this a little bit more, and then I'll move on a little bit further. But they have collected all this money doing what? What they do best. Lie, cheat, and steal. Lie, cheat, and steal. That's what they do, right? Trump launched a 10-to-1 deregulation order for everyone. New regulation agencies must identify the 10 to eliminate, right? Before I go any further as well, but look at it though. Look at, since DOGE has been around, Trump has been shrinking big government. I know it sucks for some of these people that have lost their jobs, but you'll bounce back because there's going to be more plentiful jobs in America, right? You can't do this any other way, having a big, huge government that creates bloat, waste, fraud. This is what's been going on, though. That's why they don't have nothing for me on the left, because they can't justify this type of stuff, right? This is the problem as to why we as regular Americans can't even get by. We can't go out to a real nice restaurant or really buy the things that we really want, because these people that set up in the government that has been stealing, frauding, and so forth, right? And I can say this confidently, right? Because the information is already out. Look at these ridiculous bills that they've been trying to pass. Who does it benefit? It benefited people on the left, the elites, as well as the rhinos. I call them all the uniparty. They're the same group of people outside of Trump. And that's why they hate Trump, and they hate people like myself, because we talk the truth. We spread the truth in regards to what it really is, right? So let's go down here a little bit further, right? So the 10-to-1 folks that is not trimming the fat, right? That is the buzzsaw through Washington, right? Billions in waste, gone, right? Oh, man. Redundant agencies, right? Gutted, right? Layers upon layers of federal red tape that has been strangling American businesses for decades. Shredded, right? And that's exactly what has to happen if we're going to go into the new age, which is the golden age, right? We can't do that when we got big bloat, big government, overreaching government, always in our business with taxes. The tax system has to go, right? Of course the Dems ain't going to sign off on it. Of course the rhinos ain't going to sign off on it. You know why? Because they've been profiting on it, right? How can you sign off on something? That's like cutting the gold. We are the golden goose. It's the American people. They want the tax system to stay in place like it is now, so they can keep stealing, right? Ain't no borrowing, they just stealing. The only people that's borrowing, everything they borrow is from the Federal Reserves. I'm talking about the U.S. Treasury, unfortunately, right now, right? They were in the past borrowing money, though. This is why the tariffs have to be created. Now they're not borrowing, right? The DOGE have been, like I said before, every every department of the government is where DOGE resides. They don't have to have the external building no more. The job was to get that here first and then put it internally inside the government. So therefore, we don't have to worry about all this waste and spending and all that. It's a permanent fixture, and Trump have set it up for it to be a permanent fixture in our government, because our government people ain't looking out for us. They're looking out for themselves. They're looking out for the deep state and the globalists, right? They're the sock puppets. What does it look like for them to be like, oh yeah, we just care so much? They don't. They're liars. They know how to have a pretty speech. This is why they always talk about Trump and the things that Trump doing, but they never hear about what they have done. None of them have been half the man of Trump, let alone Trump have more policies that have benefited the American people, right? And for me to have to push that aside, going on an empty promise, they never kept a promise, right? And that's fact, right? This is why they hate this stuff. And like I said before, they hate a black conservative because they have to use different rules with me as opposed to you white conservatives. They get y'all backed up where they call you a racist, right? You can't run that same thing on me, right? And you got other ethnic people too that are MAGA, right? I met some people that's East Indian that were born here and so forth. We got Hispanics and so forth, right? Even Asians I know that are MAGA. There's a lot of ethnic groups of people and Arabs and Chaldeans that are MAGA as well too. That's what they don't tell you on the news. And they all back Trump, right? Because not only that they're business owners, but they understand what Trump is doing, making America safe again, as well as making America great again. Boy, I tell y'all, man. And I appreciate y'all coming into this room, though. You know your boy can cook, right? So the results, the budget deficit dropped by $351 billion, right? And that's not a lot to sneeze at. You think they're going to talk about this stuff on MSN or MS Now and all the rest of that garbage? No, Wall Street Journal ain't going to talk about it, right? In 1 year, while the Democrats spent 4 years telling us that the government didn't have enough money, and here's another thing, check this out, and they needed to raise your taxes, right? Trump came in, found the waste, and cut it. This is a mic drab, man. They can't mess with me. They can't mess with me, man. That's what I'm saying. These old libtards in here, y'all ain't got nothing for me, and y'all don't have nothing for the American people. Y'all just look bad, and I'm going to keep the spotlight on these ridiculous people that they claim that they love America so much. All they are in is their feelings. They cannot defeat what is here with these receipts. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, man, wait till comedy hour come up, because we're going to always do a comedy hour with, what's the Lefties losing it. We're going to do a comedy hour on that. It's coming up and things, though. So here it is, though, man. So we're talking about the foreign policies, right, as well. Peace through strength, right? Boy, it's back. It ain't go nowhere. It's back. It's always been here, right? And we're going to talk about it. But before we go into it, let's go ahead and do a comedy hour. Give it a little break. We got to have a little laughter in the house, at the lowdown dirty libtards, right? And we're going to go ahead and go right into it. So let's go ahead and go into it. So we're going to do the comedy hour the comedy section for a minute. So we go ahead and get this pulled up. You guys don't like this, what I tell you, man. Hold on for a minute. We're going to pull this up, man. And then we get to the comments later. Hold on for a minute. Oh, man. I tell you, man, it's just too easy. All too easy. It's just too easy, man. It's too easy, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute, boy. It's just too easy, man. Boy, it just should be against the law, boy, should it? Look at this. Oh, man. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for one moment. I got some copyright-free clown music. I told you I came prepared today, and we're going to talk about it. Let's go ahead and get it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, man. right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you just love that? And that's fitting because they the ones that started this nonsense, right? And that's why they got a clown policy, clowning around at American expense, right? Clowning around even when it came down to public safety and so forth, economy and everything. They have no answer, no clue, and they've been lying all this time. And these people that right here, you guys know who these people are. And I said, I'm going to do one this time where I'm going to actually show their face. I like the other one too, but this is more impactful. Look at you. You got AOC up in there. Dang it, boy. I'll tell you, man, she's up there too. Look at her, man. Oh, oh man. Handstanding, boy, looking like the court gesture. Boy, who else do you have over there? Oh, that's Hakeem Jeffries over there in the clown outfit too, boy, clowning around. Oh, you got Chuck Schumer. Oh, yeah, don't leave out Elizabeth Warren. I see you back there, boy. Look at you with your book, boy. Who is that, Bernie? Oh, man, the oligarchy. The oligarchy. Oh, my goodness. And then you also have, who's the person in the middle there? Oh, that's Hillary Clinton. Oh, my goodness. Look at these people. Oh, we got, oh, what is that? Adam Shifty Shift. Oh, my goodness. Look at these people here, boy. Oh, is that Gavin Newsom? Oh, my. And Maxine Wicked West Waters, boy, with the tamarines. Go ahead, Maxine. Go ahead, Maxine Waters, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give them a round of applause. Look at this. Showing what they really look like. Shoot. Boy, these are the people and others, and well, it's way more. What we got, Obama? Where's Obama at? Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. I think, yeah, Obama's in there too. Yeah, because I was going to say, you know. And y'all know it's one that was left out. There's one that was left out. And we got to talk about her too. Got to put her in there. Hold on for a minute. Whoops, hold on for a minute. That's not it. Where's the one at? Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. All right, hold on for a minute. All right, let's do this one here and take this one down. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, Kamala Harris. Oh, my goodness. Boy, they got Kamala. Look at Kamala, boy. She's just smiling. Boy, look at it. Look at her, boy.
Hello.
I want to talk to you.
Ooh, Kamala. Kamala.
They want to know
We're there after
Boy, I tell you.
brown brush. I mean,
I was waiting for you to say it.
love goodness. You're like, how she was like, so you in the court. You
I
make
appreciate all the likes, though, too. I really do.
and your answer is part of the job.
So,
Oh, man.
okay, she don't need that.
Okay. You're welcome. Pull out a Venn diagram.
Boy, you know, and this is the thing. I said, you know, it's so, it doesn't this, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at this photo, it really tells the truth in regards to how our country was being ran, right? You have clowns, buffoons, and imbeciles, right? Right here, right? It's it really is fitting. While we were in a bad situation, like we coming out of it because of Trump and real leadership, you can't respect this and call this real leadership. You look at this stuff. You got Obama. Look at him. Look at like Bozo the Clown, man. Look at it, Joe Biden, Hillary, Crooked Clinton, man. Look at Chuck Schumer. I see you. You can't hide from me. Oh, yeah, look at Kamala Harris. Oh, man. Boy, look at this. Is that Hakeem Jeffries? Oh, I tell you, man. Adam Shifty Shift. Oh, there's AOC. Look at AOC, boy, all colorful in her clown outfit. Oh, there's Bernie. Oh, I see you, Bernie. The oligarchy. Yeah, that's all he knows how to say these days. Oh, all right, Bernie. That's enough, Bernie. That's enough. Let's go and calm down, Bernie. You know, about time for your nap right now, right? It's after 4, man. Yeah, go on. This is just elderly senior citizen abuse. Got Bernie out there like that. And then we got here Pocahontas, boy. Polka dot harness. Boy, I tell you. Then we got Maxine, Wicked West Waters. And last but not least, oh yeah, I see you there, Gavin Newsom. Oh my goodness, boy. This is the whole clown team right here. There's many more, but I'll run out of room, you know. I had to talk about ones that we all know and can't stand, right? Look at the deals, man. They're so upset right now. Hold on for a minute. I got to go on and play that clown music again. Hold on for a minute. Because it's more impactful. Let me go on and do that here. Clowns the left more than I do, man, and good at it. You know what I'm saying? Good at it. I got a comedic background, you know. I love making jokes and fun and stuff. And I just do this all out of love, you know. This ain't no hatred. You know, I say it though. And that's copyright loyalty-free music, you know, and things. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, boy, I tell you, man. Boy, I tell you. But this is the type of stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the stuff right here that we're talking about, right? Now, we're going to go back, but I had to do you know, I always like to do a comedy relief, you know, because it actually gets a lot of tension out the way, you know. And it's about time that we kind of clown and go in on them. You know what I'm saying? Look at Pocahontas over there right now, boy. Bernie, they're oligarchy. We got to stop these billionaires, even though I'm a millionaire, but don't worry about that. The main thing is we got to stop the billionaires, you know. Oh, man. I got to keep my composure, man, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And these are the ones that were cowards when it came down to the Epstein stuff. They always knew about it. And what did they do? Protected that. Oh, my goodness, boy, cooking them again. They knew about it. They're going to try to deny it, but it's true. None of them had to smoke, right? None of them had to smoke for Biden, right? Boy, I tell you, 4 years we're dealing with Biden. Not one Epstein, not one file. You ain't heard nothing about it, right? Let alone Russiagate, Pizzagate, Spygate, Bill Gates. Thank you, guys. That's on the road. We ain't heard nothing from him, right? But how is it that, Trump, oh, man, and I got something else for you guys. I got to go and play this. Let's go ahead. So comedy relief, let's go ahead and get that off right now. Hold on for a minute. I got you covered, man. I got you covered, boy. Hold on for a minute. Boy, I got y'all covered, man. So let's go ahead. So we'll go ahead and take comedy relief right down. It's going to come back up, though. You know how I do. All right. Everybody remember this man here? I like to say it to all my fellow constituents. Hello, Chicago. There you go. Yep. Barack Hussein Obama, better known as Barry Santoro. Here we go. Y'all remember what he said? And this is when he was, I believe he was still president, right? Definitely. Because he had less gray in his hair now. Look at him. Boy, I got them waves, ain't he? Look at him. Smooth snake oil salesman, boy. Smooth, boy. Look at him. Let's hear it.
It would threaten the elimination of Israel, the security of Gulf nations, and the stability of the global economy.
Talking about
It
Iran.
risks triggering a nuclear arms race in the region and the unraveling of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. That's why a coalition of countries is holding the Iranian government accountable. And that's why the United States will do what we must to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
The United States is clear. We will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
If I'm the president, we will attack Iran. whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that.
All right,
We are
guys.
here. I'm just going to go
All
ahead.
right, hold on for a minute.
And make no mistake.
Make no mistakes. All right, there it is. So we talked about that, right? Let me go and get that out the way. We talked about, there it is right here. You see the hypocrisy coming from the left? So why was it good with Obama, Hillary Clinton, right? Joe Biden? Why was it good for them to say we got to stop Iran at all costs, right? Iran has a nuclear capability. They're a nuclear threat, right? Why was it good for them, liberal left, right? I'm asking another question. I think that'd be the question of the day. Why was it good for Obama, but it was not good for Trump, right? Obama, they're proving my point once again coming from these liberal libtards that are politicians. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. They say something, right, and they don't back it up. It's all talk, smoke and mirrors, bull, BS. But one man had to take action, and that was Trump. Trump went into Iran, right, took care of the threat, fear factor going up and all that. He had to make a detour, and I am minded. Yeah, the gas prices went up a little bit, then now they're starting to go down. And they're going to be going down even more. So what's going on with that, though, libtards? What's up now? How you like me now? Because we have it right here. Receipts again, coming from Obama, right? Coming from Hillary, right? And coming from Joe Biden about Iran and how it has to be stopped. Did that come to fruition? No, it didn't. They said they're very difficult. Trying to sail through the Strait of Hormuz, those landmines and all. They made every excuse up like they always do. Don't get mad because I cook y'all better than y'all trying to cook me. I cook the hell out of you, though, because you don't have anything to stand on. That's why people rock with your boy here. They ain't rocking with you. That's a fact, though. That's cooking. Let them cook. Let them cook, yeah? I'm cooking, boy. Look at this, boy. This is their boy. It's out of his own mind. This is not AI. This is when he was president, right? You heard? Shall I play it? I don't have to play it again, do I? Oh, my goodness. Look at him, boy. I tell you, man. Boy, Mr. Barack himself, man. Hussein Obama, right? Oh, my goodness, boy. This is too easy. All too easy. It's just too easy. So, yeah. So, this is basically what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. What else do I have before we go back? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do this. We got to do Lefties losing it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Jane Fonda. Oh, Jane Fonda. Oh, my goodness. Lefties losing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Rita, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to like to use a little bit of it from Sky News. I love Rita anyway, boy. This Lefties losing it. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Central to what we do. Many of our fathers and grandfathers fought wars to defend this right, and we can't just sit back and let this happen. And it's moving fast. This isn't a creeping totalitarianism. This is fast-moving consolidation of autocracy, and that means we have to move fast.
You know what's not moving fast? Jane's face. Go easy.
I know, right? That's not moving fast, though, man. But I'm just saying, though, man, you can see the hypocrisy, right? I went over Trump's policies, and there's many more of them that we're going to talk about. Trump has a solid policy that works for the American people. All they have is their mouth. And they got to pay these actors and so forth to lie to you. Jane Fonda, you look at your daddy, Henry Fonda. Listen, you have more money, and all they want to do is get involved. Though you know these actors are full of shit. Excuse my French, but they are, because they also are being paid, right? They're being put in position, privileged position, and they have let the American people down. They took the money, they took the gold and sold their soul, and that's exactly what happened, though. And Jane Fonda is no damn different, man. You know what I'm saying? Her, Bruce Springsteen, Tom Hanks, you name it. George Clooney, ain't none of them no good, right? Because they hate Trump. Why do they hate Trump, right? Because here it is. making American lives better. And another thing is that now that the people have been red pilled, they ain't following these celebrities no more. You know, I never did anyway. I didn't like a lot of them anyway. They don't do nothing for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Who want to sit up here and watch Robert De Niro right now? Robert De Niro, you need to retire, man. Go sit your old ass down. And same thing with Tom Hanks. Look at Tom Hanks on a warpath, man. He don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So anybody got to worry about Epstein files, all I'm just saying, though, hey, somebody got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was on that island. Oh, my goodness, man, I tell you. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need to listen to no damn celebrity try to tell us otherwise. You ain't the boss of me. You don't tell us what to do, Tom Hanks. You don't tell us what to do, Jane Fonda, Bruce Springsteen. I don't care if you do know it. You ain't doing nothing for me. You ain't never did anything for nobody, man. You've been thinking about yourself with your selfish stuff, man. Boy, I tell you. Go ahead, Rita. Take it away.
Fillers and the Bobo lady. Good Lord, it's becoming difficult to tell her and Madonna apart these days. And of course, any celebrity spouting far-left nonsense is given a platform to spew that on CNN.
He is amassing power in a way that will destroy our democracy.
You notice, I mean, we got to put a pause here for a minute. Hold on for a minute. They keep using that word democracy. Anybody want to know the meaning of it? We're just talking about mob rules. And that's who they stand with, mob rules. We are a constitutional republic. The United States to the republic, not to the democracy of the United States. It ain't to them, it's to the republic. One nation, not democracy, one nation. To the republic, one nation. Under God, right? That's what this is about. Boy, look at this. Boy, lying out her damn teeth. Talking about the Committee to Protect the First Amendment. It ain't never went anywhere, Jane Fonda. What you talking about, man? It ain't never went anywhere. You want to protect it, so therefore it could give you guys, protect your position or your policies that you have put in place. Trump been by the Constitution the whole time. What you talking about? Why is it that Joe Biden and Barack Obama had to have mandates, right? Which I'm going to pull that up too. You know how I like to pull those memes up that remind these liberal left. I'm only here putting the mirror up and deflecting right what they created, right? Here it is. Go ahead, I'm going to play the rest here and there. Here it is.
And so we're going to stand up. We want to move forward with love, with unity, with solidarity, and we want to encourage everybody else and all the other sectors of this country to do the same. You know, we don't want to be a pillar of support to this regime that's forming.
You know, these people really do exist in a parallel universe.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just you guys in the room see the hypocrisy and the nerve and the gall just to be able to come out of her mouth. I'm talking about Jane Fonda. And so if some of y'all have been around since the early 80s, she used to have a little Jane Fonda workout thing called the Jane Fonda workouts. You know what I'm saying? Not that she already has so much money, it's that she had to come out with the workout thing as well, too, man. I ain't working out with Jane Fonda, man. You know what I'm saying? We would have known back then what we know today, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Let's go and play the rest here.
Do they think the Hollywood mindset is the majority? Do they have no respect for democracy and the fact that Donald Trump is in power because he won an election in a landslide, despite his opponent outspending him by a huge margin? Now to another dim-witted, hopelessly out-of-touch, aging celebrity who seems to think he speaks for the masses. Here is Hollywood has-been, a hysterical Hollywood has-been, claiming that Trump has a dark presence and he has destroyed America. Here is Richard Gere.
That are worried about what's happening in the U.S. Are you worried?
Of course. No, I mean, we have a president who's completely, he's not only crazy, he's a dark, dark presence. And it's happened so quickly.
You know what, though? I'm just saying, though, Richard Gere, man, y'all remember Pretty Woman, right? Y'all remember Searching for Mr. Goodbar? I think that was him, right? You know what I'm saying? Pretty Woman, he did a lot of these Richard Gere movies, right? But that's what I'm saying. They're washed up has-beens, man, still trying to cape for the left. Because, again, the left have rewarded them, right? They got a reward for being a sellout to America. These people right here, though, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of validity in what Jim Carrey was saying before. Whoever this Jim Carrey look like now, boy, it don't look like him. But look at this. This is supposed to be, these people in Hollywood supposed to represent the American people. I mean, they don't live around the neighborhoods where I live at, and I'm sure not around the neighborhoods where you guys live at. They got the expensive cars, they're able to travel, they're able to eat caviar, domestic or imported, right? Say the least. Well, he ain't missing no meals. He just gotten older. Can drink the best of wine and the best of liquor and alcohol and all this other kind of stuff, man. I don't know what their life is like that, living opulent lifestyles, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if they have gold faucets and stuff like that with all this money that this guy have. Look at him.
He's almost destroyed our country.
Yes, secure borders and a return to manufacturing will destroy America.
Make it make sense, Richard Gere. Now, you know you ain't making no damn sense. Because I just sat up in here and ran Trump's policies down, right? Oh, my goodness. But they can't make it make sense, though, man. That's why they just looking so bad in this room, man. You know what? Oh, my goodness. Go ahead, Rita.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised because this is the sort of reckless neo-Marxist activism we've come to expect from Richard Gere. Remember this? It's almost an ad for illegal immigration. Watch this.
So the people that you see here on this boat, they're only here because of the donations.
Oh, my gosh, man. When have y'all ever seen Richard Gere with these illegal aliens, right? On the boat. They said, where the Hollywood at? You know these guys are actors. And one thing about with actors, they have in common with politicians. They're all actors and things. So they can try to sell it. But more that Richard Gere and people like this try to sell it, the more and more that the American people are not buying it because we don't relate to these people here like that. You coming over here illegal and all, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They had actually they came over here, they've been allowed to come over here, and they have had a better lifestyle than we as American people. Remember all those set-aside programs they was giving out in these sanctuary cities? Off of the American taxpayer and the benefits that was awarded to the taxpayers. I mean, cook again now. Cook, let them cook, because that's so easy with him, man. And here he is speaking out of his old mouth. Here, man, let it play some more here.
Open Arms, to the work that Open Arms does. And now the most important thing for these people here is to be able to get to a free port, be able to get off the boats, get on land, and
Look at this guy looking down, looking at Richard Gere like, man, whatever you got in that wallet, I want to get it. He can't even sell it. It's just staged. You know, you could tell, though, you know. I know he said, let me get the hell out of here, man. I'm over here around these people, these about to get dirty, you know. Look at him.
a new life to be taken care of and make a life for themselves. So please support us here.
Now to the woman who wanted to be president but failed abysmally despite spending $1.5 billion, outspending Donald Trump by an enormous margin, only to lose. She lost the Electoral College by a big margin, lost every swing state, even lost the popular vote. But somehow Kamala Harris is out there repeating a verifiable lie, claiming that 2024 was the closest presidential election of the century and Donald Trump does not have a mandate. She really is rather mad.
And here's the other thing that is quite unprecedented. And it was the tightest, closest presidential election in the 21st century.
I already showed the numbers the other day, what they were. It wasn't tight. And she wouldn't have got those numbers if she didn't cheat. They're like, that's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. It's just all too easy. That's off of Darth Vader. All too easy. It's all too easy, man. It was all too easy. Just when Vader thought it was just all too easy, just dealing with his son Luke, you know, just all too easy, man. It really is, though. But this is the stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I love doing it this way, you know, because I can show the receipts. I can tell you what they said, but it's actually better to see for yourself. You know, this ain't about convincing nobody, because it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, right? And evident that the left do not know what the hell they're doing, nor do they care to know what they're doing. There's been a letdown after letdown after letdown, right? And we are tired of the lies. We are tired of the empty promises that you have made to the American people. In fact, you are not even genuine, and you got to pay actors and other celebrities. It's like, this is how much that the left think of you as, I mean, they really do. They think that you are low IQ like themselves, right? They think they can pull the wool over here, do the Jedi mind trick, but it's not working, because we're going to go back over the rest of Trump's policies in a minute, but you know how I do. Got to have this comedy relief, though, you know, because it's needed. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all of the likes. We're going to get to some of these comments and stuff like that. And the ones that are going to be read are going to be positive, because at this point, we don't need to have to listen to what they're doing on the left, right? It's pretty obvious. They don't have anything for me. They don't have anything for us as MAGA included, right? And this is what it is. Let's go ahead and go out to the rest of it. So, and she be making some great points. I love her show, man. I'm over here cracking up the whole time. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
You are a person asking for a handout. A credit card is somebody else's money. So for all you right-wingers who are all, oh, stop giving people handouts. If you have a credit card, you're a hypocrite.
What? Man, that's so easy. All too easy. This is how ridiculous and how low, this is what we call low IQ mentality. She's trying to compare apples and oranges, you know, but you know what she don't talk about is how you done had all these illegal aliens and that y'all housed up in these cities, calling them sanctuary cities, talking about dreamers and everything, and giving set-asides once again off of the American taxpayer. That's what they're not going to talk about, right? But you want to sit up in here and compare a credit card. Do you know, sweetie, that with credit cards got to be paid back? It ain't free money, right? What the heck? She's trying to thread this damn. Oh my! You make yourself look. I make myself look like a Harvard graduate, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, this is terrible, right? Oh man, boy, this is what I say, man. They are gone. I'm not gonna debate these people, man. Low IQ people. It ain't worth it. You ain't on our level.
Yeah.
Look at her, little snarky, trying to say like she done made a statement. You was an idiot. You ain't made nothing. Oh my gosh. Let me get this stupid woman. Hold on for a minute. Get a little bit more. Hold on for a minute.
Write a check for the full amount for your house's value? No, you did not. You got a loan. You asked for a handout because you couldn't afford a house.
What? WTF? What the?
The credit system is a handout.
What the? What?
And
what? Businesses use credit all the time. They use other people's money. What the? You hear this, guys? Boy, Lefties losing it. Let me go ahead and show some more of this hypocrisy.
Boy, look at this.
Boy, look at this.
Like,
educate us. Go ahead.
Go back to school.
Go back to school.
Yep.
Go back to school with your bad teeth. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, it's all too easy. All too easy. Oh boy, man. This is the type of stuff that I just can't. One thing, when you're ignorant, means that you don't know. But when you know something ain't right and you still trying to thread that needle, you know, what that medium trying to do, under the I'm a moderate, fake moderate. They make themselves more and more ridiculous and stupid, man. They really are. Stupid is when you know, right? Oh my goodness. Let's hear another one here. Hold on for a minute. We get back to it in a minute.
Ma'am, you're not allowed into the women's restroom. Well, I guess I'll just piss on the floor. Piss on the floor. Piss on the floor. Piss on the floor.
I mean, let me stop that though, but that's that piss on. See, man, this is the stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen, man. This is the type of stuff that we're dealing with, man. Man, so let me go ahead and get back to this. We're gonna put a pause on that and put a pin on that, you know. And yeah, so this this is crazy, man. This is some, oh my goodness, man. This is some crazy stuff, man. Let me go ahead and get her down off there, man. Well, kids, yeah, let me go ahead and put back up. You know what I'm gonna put back up, don't you? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I get Kamala up there too, man. I ain't had time. I was gonna try to fit her in there or whatever. There we go. We got the Democratic Freak Show right here. You know, you guys know all the people that's the participants in this 3-ring circus, you know, because that's pretty much what it is. It's nothing but a 3-ring circus. But at any event, let's go ahead and go back into the policies here real quick. Just give me one moment. Had to take a little break. So, you know, so we're going to go back to the policies. So we're going to be talking about the foreign policies. Peace through strength is back, right? Let's talk about the world, because under the last administration, the world was a dumpster fire. That is correct. Wars flaring up, advertising, right? Advertisers or advertisees, you know what I'm saying? Laughing at us, right? We're talking about allies questioning whether America still have a spine. That was correct, because we was being laughed at, ladies and gentlemen. Under the Biden administration and Kamala Harris was one of the worst administrations. I gotta admit, it was bad with Obama, but it was really, really bad under Joe Biden. Boy, I tell you. We had dumpster fires. They enriched Ukraine, gave them all that money. In October 2025, Trump peace agreement was announced, a landmark deal aiming to end the conflict of Gaza after more than 2 years of devastating welfare. 2 years. Biden couldn't do it. The globalist foreign policies established couldn't do it. Trump walked in and started making deals the way he can, right? Which is the art of the deal, baby. It's the art of the deal. That's what he did. And this is why we have the Abraham Accords that are set up today, right? Where all these Arab nations, right, including Israel, that they agree to the and one day we're gonna have to go over the Abraham Accords and stuff like that to really understand it, because as long as they have all agreed to it, it ends the fighting. But we know on the left and the globalists, they wanted that fighting to go on because they profit from it. Same thing in the black community, right? Where you have crime, violence, and drugs is never corrected. Therefore, they get the money, they scream and holler, oh yeah, the place is overrun, we need more funding. It's just a scam. These are just scams, right? And people are seeing that right now, right? We talk about the Middle East is no different, right? It was never supposed to heal itself. It was continuous. It was designed to what? To be reckless, right? And now we're calling ASS out on it. They don't have anything to be able to defend against it. Another mic drop. I mean, mic dropping all day long, man. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime you come with an insult or thumb down, that means that you don't have nothing for you. You can't deny this. And I ain't going to let you get away with it either. I'm going to hold your feet to the flame, right? Because this is exactly what it is. He also worked to de-escalate, right, multiple global conflicts. Trump is going down as, 8 wars peace president. He's actually should have gotten that Nobel Peace Prize. He should probably get it sometime this year. But again, he deserves that because he stopped 8 wars. Had that would have been under the previous administration, rah. And we're going to go over that too, man. We're going to go over how long these other wars have been going on versus Trump. We're going to go that too. I got receipts for him, man. Because here's, right, Trump's foreign policies doctrine in one sentence: peace through strength. Not war, though, weakness, right? So here it is, though. We already showed, right, earlier how Obama, Hillary Clinton, right? We also talking about Biden, how they said they had to go in there and stop Iran. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, right? It must be neutralized, and how they are a threat, although they said a threat for democracy, but they said that Iran was a threat that have to be neutralized. Did any of them have the balls or the stones that Trump has? None of them. So once again, what policy you have to have stopped, we're talking about a 47-year-old war that's steady going on, allowing these people, not 47-year-old war, I'm talking about Iran being a #1 menace and terrorist, right? We're talking about that, not a war, but that. But they was over here bullying these other nations, these other Arab countries and Israel and all the rest of them. They're bullying them. And it's unfortunate that the people on the left, you follow this Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and Tokyo Rose, Megyn Kelly, and Alex Jones. Y'all follow these conspiracies about Israel once again, about how Israel is controlling Trump, right? When Trump been telling Israel, right, when they bomb, Trump say stop it, and they stop it, right? And other things, right? It's just that they talk out their fat mouths with no facts. They love, because a lot of this anti-Jewish sentiment that they have created, it's not going to last, though, at all, though. It's the hypocrites that they are, man, to say the least. And that's why nobody rocks with you at all. No, I don't, as well. So let's go ahead and go down through it, though, right? He also worked to de-escalate multiple global conflicts, as I said, because here's Trump's foreign policies, doctrines in one sentence: peace through strength, not war through weakness, right? And on the tariffs, the media told us it will be a disaster. Here we are, we're over a year. The tariffs are still going on. Where is the disaster? I thought that inflation was going to sky high up over Joe Biden. This is the lies that they have told us. This is the stuff that they have said, but we haven't seen it. Where's the disaster? They said that the trade wars were bad. They said that it will blow up the economy. Do you know what actually happened? Trillions of dollars in manufacturing investments reshored back into the United States of America. Companies bringing their factories, their jobs, right? Their supply chains, right? Back home to American soil, employing American workers. That's why the title says America First. What do they have on the left that can compare anything other than big government, overreaching government, being a military force all over the world, belonging to NATO, giving money to people in other countries instead of building for America first? That's what they have on their record, and America see it, and they're seeing more things now than they ever have now, right? This is not about a debate at this point. These are actual factual stuff that's irrefuted. You can't dispute this, let alone, boy, I tell you, man, this is just sad, man. The globalists were wrong, huh? Right? They were always what? Wrong. Trump was what? Right. He's always right. That's why I always said, when you bet on Trump, you're going to always win. If you don't, you're going to always lose. It's just how it is. So here it is. I'm going to close with a few things, right? Near and dearest to my heart, right? We're talking about energy independence and the plan of common sense, as I always said, right? Energy reproduction in 2025 hit the record levels, right? We're talking about recorded record, right? We're talking about oil, natural gas, and so forth, and the LNG exports. The USA, right, or U.S. became one of the most, right, dominant players in global energy markets. Trump said that he made us as energy independence, right? This is exactly what he did, and he meant on his word. A promise made is a promise. What? Kept. What does the Dems make a promise, and what do they have? They don't keep promises. They blame it on Trump, right? Which means lower prices for America and global politics, right? We're talking about global political leverage over the countries that used to hold our energy hostage. Drill, baby, drill wasn't a slogan. It became a national strategy, and it paid off. We're doing so much drilling here on our own shores. Why is it that the Dems had us shut our drilling holes over here to go borrow oil from somewhere else, APAC and all this other stuff? We know the history of it, right? We know it. The day that they took us off the gold standard in 71, they put us on a fiat or the petrodollar and all that other kind of stuff, and the rest is history. They did this on purpose. It was time. It took time for them to do it, right? They took us off of what was already working for something else, so they can have access to the economy, they can control it, and then they can set it up to where they are. And that's why we have a lot of these enriched, right, phony-ass politicians that do nothing but just grift and take the money from hard-working American people. Neither of them know nothing about struggle. Neither of them are missing no paycheck or no meals or nothing like that. They're able to travel. They have be able to set their children up in these old phony with the donors and everything. You know their children don't work. That's just fallacy. That just look good on paper, right? But let you and me do it, right? Facts, right? And I appreciate the likes, though, too, because you guys are rocking with this. Once again, common sense policies. There's no crash out. There's no rage out. Who's doing it? The people on the left, right? So let's go down a little further. And on the culture front, Trump signed executive orders protecting women's sports. You got to love that as well. We don't want men playing in the women's sports. You know, y'all remember that kickboxer that got the, you know what, kicked out of her or whatever like that? She even said, I ain't never felt nobody kick me that darn hard, you know? I think she have a little brain damage behind that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those Olympic things. I always said this, man. Ladies, y'all can have y'all sports. You know what I'm saying? This is another thing that a lot of, not just women, but men too, Americans don't want to see it. They got all that nonsense in Canada and all these other places. But over here, Trump stopped that. Thanks. And once again, we got to thank Trump again for stepping in, intervening, because you know he loved women too. We all do. So here it is. Female athletes, right? Real biological women can compete on a level, right? Playing field again, right? Without having their records shattered and their scholarships, stolen. Common sense, basic fairness, right? The silent majority has been screaming for years, and Trump delivered. Ain't that it, man? That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, Trump. Yep, President Trump. That's a beautiful thing. He has delivered. Once again, common sense policies. Delivering on what? A promise made is what? A promise kept. What does the Democrats promise? They promise something, but they don't keep it, and then they blame it on Trump. Isn't that what the whole thing, though? So look at it. This is what they do. And I appreciate the likes again, but that's what they do. They always deliver. They always make a promise, never keep the promise, and then blame it on someone else. Thank you for the like. Here we go. Oh, one more thing. Trump ended the U.S. penny, right? We already know why, because we know it was costing too much. What was it, like $3 or something just to produce a penny? In so many words, the last one rolled off the press in November the 12th, 2025. We've been making a coin that costs 4 cents to produce for 230 years. Wow, I didn't know it's been that long. That sounds about right. That's how long the penny was produced, right? It took Donald Trump to finally say, this is ridiculous, right? We're done, right? He saved America $85 million in 1 year, right? Because Trump is a planner. Trump is a businessman. Out of 100 of his business, 95% of them are functioning and working just fine. No one has every successful business. But who can say that you have 95 businesses that are successful? Can't say it, right? But they love poking fun. They love trying to attack Trump because his policies work for the American people. Who doesn't? The people on the left. It's pretty obvious, right? He even knew how much it cost to make a penny. He said, we're losing money just making a penny. Nobody likes a penny. They're always on the ground. The first coinage that you're ever going to find is a penny. Now, don't get me wrong, though. I feel sorry for the penny. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't going to kick you off to the side, though, penny, you know. But if you have a penny and things like that, you know, I don't know if they'll ever be worth something, but they're not even made out of real copper anymore, man. I don't think, right? They may have some copper factors in it, but it was just costing the Americans too much money. Because that is the kind of guy that Trump is, right? He fixes the big stuff, right? And the small stuff that everyone else was too comfortable to touch. And that's absolutely correct in regards to this, right? So, look, folks, there's more media, right, that I'm dealing with right now, man. I'm talking about stuff that they don't talk about on the regular media, man, at all. These are the things that we're dealing with in our modern day time, right? That the left and the rhinos, Republican in name only, the Uniparty, they don't have any type of answers. They never will have any answers at all, man. And this is why we are looking at it right now. So we already felt the gas pump, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. But here's the thing, though. For those that have filed their taxes, you're probably getting more money than you actually have in the past, right? Because of the big, beautiful bill, right? So therefore, you are getting more money now than some of you. They're getting more money now than you would have. Under the DMs, you would have never gotten that. You would have been taxed up to wazoo and some. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, though, ladies and gentlemen, though, you know, and the gas prices are coming down. Things are looking good. America is getting safe and things like that. All these lunatics and deranged people and all this other stuff, it's all coming to an end. It's just looking safer and better. And then we got these, and no help with these clowns that you see down below. Boy, look at them clowning around and things like that. Boy, it's just so sad, ain't it? But this, like I said before, these are clowns, ladies and gentlemen. These are nothing more than just actors and clowns clowning around. Look at them. It's just really, really sad, though, man. Got the clown suit. Boy, look at ALC, boy. She's clowning out. Oh, man. It's just too easy, man. All too easy, man. Look at this clown show, man. This freak show, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Look at Hakeem Jeffries, man. He just excited about it, man. Oh, my goodness, man. So, yeah, so let me see here. What else we're going to talk about? Let me go ahead and show this one here to, let me see here, and we're just about here done. Let me show you guys this here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Hold on for a minute. Right. This is the clown show. I'm coming back to the clown show. Y'all remember this woman here? Do y'all remember y'all remember Jasmine, right? Jasmine Crockett, man. Look at this here.
Republicans used to espouse that they believed in. They used to believe in whoever lives in that city, you elect who is going to run that city. And that city, whether it's the police department, which is the police department and law enforcement.
She's over here trying to justify sanctuary policies, man. Look at this. Jasmine been in the seat for how long? She's really, supposed to be the rising star in the Democratic Party. She hasn't not one time passed any policy that's helping the American people. She just run her fat mouth like the rest of them, right? With no type of, don't know what she's doing. She shouldn't even been in there anyway, to be really honest, though, yeah. Toodaloo to DEI. Adios. We don't have to deal with this anymore, this nonsense, right? Because that's why I just want to show a little bit. I'm not going to play it all because it's like nauseating hearing these people even talk, trying to explain, trying to hold up sanctuary policies and stuff where they've been a problem the whole time. Because I already pointed out the policies that went against the American people, especially with the set-aside programs. Who got that? It was the illegals, right? The illegals were being protected as well as the gang activity and so forth. If you go to Aurora, Colorado, when they were running amok over there over 2 years ago, what about in Illinois, in these other places, right? They were being protected by people like her, right, that would have known better, right? So therefore, I'm calling BS out when I see BS, and this is exactly what it is. Look at this stuff, man. Boy, this is terrible, man. This is terrible, right? So I just want to bring a little bit of, because she's over here trying to explain how great sanctuary policies are. They pretty much are not even, they're not even American, man. They rah-rah and root for who? They rah-rah and root for illegal immigrants, illegal aliens that come over here. It's all of their fault. The reason why Trump had to have ICE, abolish ICE. Abolish ICE. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing for this man, which is Trump. Why would you? Because, again, we as Americans, right, we rah-rah, we voted for this, right? And he's not going to apologize, and nor would I. I don't have to apologize worth ish. This is exactly what it is, boy. And then you got Jasmine Crockett. It's an angel mom, though. Let me just pull up the Angel Mom, and then we're going to be about done. Let me go ahead and see where the Angel Mom, okay, here she is right here. Because I think something went down recently. Let's go and talk about that Angel Mom. Here's an Angel Mom right now. Angel Mom, okay.
Children, so she doesn't know. I mean, we're not wired to process the type of tragedy that we're living. We're not. There are no words. I will tell you, it does feel different when an illegal immigrant kills your children than it does an American, because it was preventable.
You hear what she said? It was preventable. Like I said, just showing the receipts, showing the hypocrisy, the insane from the left that's still trying to justify sanctuary cities, right? This stuff could have been stopped a long time ago, right? And this is why it ain't that the MAGA is underwater. It's the Dems underwater, because all the time I've been talking, almost 2 hours, I have went down chronologically, went down Trump's policies over their BS policies, which isn't any. It's just all smoke and mirrors, because when it come down to the come down, Democrats never deliver. All they know how to do is blame other people, which is Trump. You cannot run, and this is why, therefore, they have to cheat, right, and lie in order to get in here and try to convince you that Trump is the villain when their party is the villain. Their party have sold the Americans out wholesale, right? And it's a damn shame that these women right here that you got to show up, the women or the mothers and fathers, look at, they're showing their pictures of their lost loved ones, right, that have succumbed to senseless violence, right, of illegal aliens in this country, right? And you don't hear them in this room apologizing about this at all. No, all they know how to do is try to move the goalposts. They cowards, and that's why they're not even worth debating. I don't debate these clowns at all because there's nothing to debate. But hearing this Angel Mom, go ahead.
It feels different. Not that I know that because I have had an American kill a child, but when something's preventable and your life is ruined from something that's preventable, it does hit a little different than what I would imagine it would feel like just a regular casualty. Loss in itself is so difficult. There's no words. Loss is loss. It is very tragic. What we're dealing with when it's preventable, when these people have done something and they weren't asked to leave. If I were to go to Honduras, where the woman who killed our children is from, and I would kill 2 teenagers there, I'm not getting any rights from the Hondurans. They're not giving me rights. It's different. This is preventable. So I think it does hit a little different when our tragedy is preventable.
Yep, and she's right. She's absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a damn shame that these people that are fighting against a sitting president of the United States that's looking out. Trump and his administration, which is the MAGA administration, care more about the American people than the people on the left and these old rhino, no good ass around Republican in name only. They don't even have a history. They can't even touch this man, right? I'm over here cooking them myself, and I don't have a 4-year fancy degree in speaking all scholarly and everything like that, because most of those guys are paid for. I'm not. That's the difference, right? That's the difference. They come in here, they want to show off how high intelligent they are, and they can't even deal with actual common sense. When it come down to a real debate, actual common sense. Thrive over this nonsense, emotional crash out type stuff, want to be the victim. That's all they have on the left. And never had nothing for me, and they don't have nothing for Trump nor MAGA, right? So therefore, go and put that in your pipe, right? And smoke it. Right? That's exactly what it is. You smoke it. All right. So there it is. So I appreciate the likes, though. It's been a beautiful thing, though, man. We have been rocking and rolling, though, and things like that. We have cooked the Dems once again, which is all too easy. You know what I'm saying? All too easy. It's a shame, though, that we got to have these angel moms talking about stuff that could have been prevented. This is things that Democrats are told to stay away from. Stay away from these topics. Talk about Trump. That's what they do. You notice they never talk about these situations. They always talk about Trump. Thank you for the light. That's what the main purpose is. Stay on Trump, right? Stay away from these topics because they know they get their smoked easily, right? I talked about stuff that they don't talk about on CNN and all them. They got the fancy degrees, but that's how we know that we have a lot of traitors in America. Therefore, let me go ahead and put back up let me go and put this. There we go. And they're at the leading helm, and there's many more of them. The traitors of the American people right here. Look at them. The traitors. They are responsible for why we have angel moms. The people right here, they are responsible, right? And some of them that have been around since Benghazi, they're responsible for that with those 4 U.S. Citizens that were killed, right? They're responsible for a lot of things. These people right here, and more of them, because they are lockstep. They are in lockstep with each other to try to protect each other. They stay away from certain issues. Right? This is exactly what it is. The only thing they like to argue against, they try to keep the focus on Trump and try to say that Trump is not doing a great job. Trump this, Trump that. But when it comes down to dealing with these angel moms, and what about those gold families? What about those soldiers? What was 13 of them or something like that end up getting killed, right? In action, right? KIA, right? Not one of them came over there to Arlington Memorial Cemetery and to give their grievance, it was Trump once again that showed up. See, you see in the hypocrisy coming from the left like never before. This is why they don't have a leg to stand on. Nobody rocks with them. And for real, this is no surprise that Trump ended up winning, right? Back in 2024. Talking about it was close, Kamala. I showed you the thing though. They're drunk and in love with delusion coming from the left. Nobody is buying it. You got to pay these Hollywood celebrities. Nobody is buying it at all. So let's get to the comments. I'm gonna keep this up because again, ladies and gentlemen, this is more on the Democratic clown show that you guys are seeing here. No policies, just a bunch of clowns. Right here it is. Boy, I tell you, man. That's the thing about it, though. And you notice with the people, like my biggest biggest detractors, like I said before, they have to talk about Trump. They stay away from other issues that are plaguing America, right? And they don't want to deal with that, right? And that's cool because that already let me know that you are running like the coward you really are. You did not back me down. This is stuff that's factually true about Trump's policies. And all you want to do is try to move the goalposts. That's why your comments ain't even worth reading. You know what I'm saying? At all. Denise Farmer. Oh, got the farmer in the house. Hold on, Denise. I mean, do you right? Right? Oh, yeah, exactly. Denise, if they keep doing it, you know you have full permission to get them up on out of here, though, because you only told them once. Let me go ahead and post what you just said, too. And you the moderator. And you guys, Black Guy 9, if you're in here, man, I didn't get it. I've been on the roll. Been trying to do something a little different or whatever. But, yeah, because people don't speak German or High German. People don't speak that over here. If that is German, whatever that is, we don't speak that, though, you know. So she gave you a warning shot. After that, you already know what to do. Get them up on out of here, though, Denise Farmer. You know what to do. Yeah, he had to give you a little recognition there, you know. It's one of my mods, you know. Yeah, you know. Yeah, this is just child's play. You don't get nobody. You don't get no answer. Ain't answering your stupid questions coming from the left. I mean, cooking you over 2 hours ago, boy. You ain't even on my level. And all the thing I've been talking about is Trump. Not one time I have to deviate on everything else, though, too. Boy, I tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man, this is just sad, though, you know? Oh, my goodness, boy, this is just all too easy, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Let me see. Jennifer says, I'm 100% agreement with him. So what really you're saying, you know? And I know she's talking about somebody in the chat, though. Yeah, they ain't saying nothing, though. You dealing with people, right, that off their feelings, right, trying to cape for the Democrat Party, and their party will lose. I'm afraid that the Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive It definitely will. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh man, boy, I tell you, man, that's all they have. Do you notice though too, when I'm over here looking at these comments, they cannot defeat the policies of Donald Trump that benefit America. They're just over here speaking it with their feelings. Look at them, man. It's just sad, isn't it? It's just sad though, man. They don't have anything. Thank you. And this is why the likes are outraging with what you guys got going on. And I appreciate the other likes too. I do. And the comments and the and people that are subscribing. You know what I'm saying? This is terrible. You know what I'm saying? This is terrible. And they want to sit up here. I just read a comment said, listening to this ignorant man, though, right? But once again, DD, you don't have anything for me. You know what I'm saying? That once again, I done whooped your behind. None of them have anything against Trump's policies, which is jumping off the pages. He have done more for this country than your Obama or any of your presidents. Let's go in and go down to that, right? Left or right, right? Look at that other light. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because these people know what we talking about. You just over here crashing out. Thank you for the likes again. All upset. You know, and I acknowledge, right? I'm on the right side of history. You guys are not. And that's exactly what it is, though, man. This is sad, man. They talk, you notice they bring up other issues, like I said before. It's about Trump. You ain't heard one of them apologize about these angel moms, right? These gold families and stuff like that who lost their lives on the line, right? Look at this, man. This is just sad. That's what it is, though. You know when I got him, right? Yep. And DD, that's all you got to say listening to this ignorant man, but you ain't got nothing for me. You ain't got no, I'm not upset by you calling me an ignorant man. But if I'm I must be doing pretty well, though, paying for myself for an ignorant man. Oh, yeah, by the way, though, guys, for those, once again, that have the memberships, you can see that avatar now. It has a Trump hat on there, you know, as well, too. So I'm going to put some other cool avatars on there. So you're going to start seeing the people with the, if you probably don't see them now, they should be in the room with the special avatar, with the badges is what it is, the badges, you know. So it has that beautiful red hat that says MAGA on it, like what I'm wearing, basically. It just says MAGA, though, I think it is, or Make America Great. And I got them in different colors, too, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to really make them mad, not to be glad. Make them mad. Put the haters in the place. Yeah, I love, man. It's just so easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. Grumpy says, she's a good-looking woman, but she was a busy Congress woman. The thing about it is which one? Who you talking about? AOC or something? Mm-hmm. But at any event, though, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, man, you know, yep, there it is, though, man. So yeah, so we did our thing today, talking about the policies, man. Man, I had my biggest one on Saturdays. Ooh, man, we had a lot of people in here, man, and I was cooking too, boy. As I always do, I always cook, you know what I'm saying, boy. Then look at this type of thing, though. But like I said before, the inflation is still here, right? And I know Trump is working on that right now because the Federal Reserve must go. The IRS must go. Nobody likes paying taxes, right? And can you imagine, though, if we actually, and then you start to see the wealth in this country soar like never before. You know what I'm saying? And we know that the liberals and as well as they're all the same people. They're all liberals. I'm talking about the rhinos, too. Because this is going to cut into their money once again. You guys have to realize this, right? I'm talking about on the left. We're dealing with a criminal operation where criminals protect who? Criminals. Criminals don't want this system fixed. They want it the old way. They love it when they can pass bills, right? Pass laws, bills through laws, right? Without nobody reading it, right? More for them. Higher tax hikes, right? We got to raise the taxes. We got to raise the debts. We got to raise the taxes. All this other type of stuff, right? And have we benefited from it? Absolutely not. They go in there, I will not raise the taxes. What do they do? Raise taxes. It's just a party line. because they don't keep their word, they don't keep their promise. This is why a lot of people hate politicians, right? Now, I'm not saying to sit up here and hate people, but let's face it, there's people out there that dislike politicians or as well as hate politicians, right? Because they don't come through for what they were basically voted in to do. Trump is, all I know, is the only man, right, that says promise made is a promise kept with his record, right? It ain't 100%, but his percent, right, is outranking anything that's coming on the left, right? And nobody perfect. But I ain't got no problem with it with Trump at all. I'm Rob Trump. Thank you for the likes. I'm Team Trump. I'm Team MAGA, and I'm Team America, right? You notice with the left, though, man, they are not, they're not patriots. They're not patriots at all. That's what I'm trying to say, that word. They're not patriots at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Being patriotic is what I'm saying. They're not patriotic at all, not patriots, patriotic. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I say I created this channel called I'm Just Some Random Guy, man. And with a random guy that's keeping logic and common sense. And this is what we are. Common sense and logic. We just, without that, why should I crash out and be upset with something? They're doing more of that over here on the left. They have nothing against Trump's policies. They have a legacy of disaster, chaos, corruption, right? To say the least. This is on their record, and they don't want you to see the truth. While we walk some of this stuff down, and I'm going to walk a lot of other stuff down some other time, but let me see here. I think I got something else here, though, too. That is some of the main things here I think I have. And is there anything else here that I do have? Yeah, I will say this, though, too. If we look at the wars, right, we look at the things, let me see here. We looked at it right here when it come down. Let's see here. World War. We don't need to go over World War I. That was only like 2 years. It was only a 2-year war there. But Obama, 8 years from 2009 to 2016. 8-year war. This is the last president that we actually had that been 8 years. Now, he actually beat out Bush Jr. 2001 to 2008. This is 7 years right here. And who beat out when we go back to Bush, Clinton, 11 years. These people are all the same people. Make no mistakes about it. There ain't no dividing, because like I said, rhinos and DM liberals are still the same people. It's a uniparty. You know what I'm saying? 11 years under the Bush Clinton, right? 7 years under Bush Jr. 8 years under Obama, right? Look at this. That's exactly it. 8 years. 8 years. Boy, I tell you, man. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys, man, for showing up and showing out, man. Yep. Once again, I thank you for being part of Some Random Guy Speaks. I'm about to shut it down because, like I said before, and Denise, I thank you for showing up today. I don't think Black Guy 9 just might be at work. But other than that, dog, thank you for holding it down. Sweet Pea, give your thing, give you your heart. And I appreciate a lot of the MAGA people that supported your boy, Tony Love, you know what I'm saying, and things. But, yeah, I had to get him, man. The Grand Demo Circus. The worst show on earth. Not the greatest show, but the worst show on earth, man. Look at this here, boy. I tell you, man. I don't know which is even funnier, man. This one or the other one. Let me see. Because there's a couple of them that I do have, man. This is something else, man. Ooh, this is a spectacle right here. I don't know if this one or what's the other one here. Hold on for a minute. You know how I do. This is, no, not that one. It's the other one. Hold on for a minute. Okay, nope, that's not it either. Hold on for a minute. I do have it here. Yeah, but okay, I think this is it right here. Yep. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, in fact, this is my favorite one though, man, because I like how AOC is up there standing on her handstand. Boy, that's like my favorite, man. And look at Hakeem Jeffries, man. That's what I look at it, man. They all animated up. Boy, I tell you, man, it's one of my favorites. Yep. Bernie, they're oligarchy. They're oligarchy. Oh, man, it's been good, though, guys, man. You know how I like to troll them, man. Boy, look at her, man. Look at Maxine. She got the Tamarine. Maxine, Wicked West Waters. You see it? Boy, look at her, man, you know. Oh, yeah, he memed us. Man, this is so sad, man. It's sad, man. But like I said before, we don't need no clowns making policies and ruining our lives, man. Policies that affect our lives. You think they care? No. You know what I'm saying? These are the people, and many more of them are responsible. And we're gonna make sure that I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck because they're the ones that started it, right? This is exactly what it is, boy. Man. Yeah. Shine on, tap on these clowns. You right about that, day. You know what I'm saying? These are clowns, and we have to be made aware of who these clowns are. Antifa clowns, all these clowns, right? Clowning around with our money, clowning around with our lives and policies that they don't even believe in. It's just smoke and mirrors, man. And that's the thing about it. They have nothing for America nor Trump. I'm going to shut this down. I appreciate you guys once again for rolling with your boy, Tony Love. You know it's that time for the Star Spangled Banner, man. You know I love the Star Spangled Banner because I'm a real patriot, you know. So let's go ahead and put that. I'm going to put that flag up. But you guys rocked it out with the likes as well, man. You guys have been doing great and things like that, man. And but I will stay around to 100, but, you know, likes. But I got to get out here and get to work. Time is running. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all always show up. You always show out, man. It ain't got to be big numbers all the time. Only thing that matters is that you showed up. And then once again, oh, yeah, I got to do one thing. I got to show up Mr. Ralph. Hold on for a minute. I don't want to forget. I know he gets on me. This is one of my sponsors here, my main sponsor, right? So if you are have social media, thinking about becoming, let's say, a content creator, you want to look to Mr. Ralph and things. Where my music at? There we go. There we go. So if you want to deal with Mr. Ralph on the daily, right? Instagram, X, grow followers, check out Mr. Ralph. There's his email down below. Mr. Ralph will tighten you up, get you together. He'll give you, let's say, counseling, right? He'll interview, find out what you are, making a special assessment to your goals and what you're trying to do. Are you trying to grow major followers, or are you just, do you need help with your shorts? Mr. Ralph can accommodate you for that as well. So here it is. Please look to Mr. Ralph for all your content creating needs. So like I said before, if you don't have a niche, he can help you with a niche as well. Because a niche is important, right? It's one of those things that the other person may not be doing. So that's what make you a rock star in this form, right? So there it is, though. Daily YouTube, right? Instagram, X, and grow followers. Mr. Ralph. There's his email down below. I appreciate you guys. Yep. So this is my sponsor, that helped me out tremendously, So give him a call, man. And I mean, I should say, pull up his email. I got to put his number up here too, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for right now, just send him an email. So now that we have that out of the way with Mr. Ralph and things, let me see here. Boy, that looks real good there, man. I love that photo here, man. Oh, my goodness, boy. Look at oh, my gosh. Boy, that's a masterpiece, I tell you, man. Woof. Yep. So at any event, so let me go ahead on and do this. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. Yep. And we're going to play that Star Spangled Banner. You guys know what time it is, Please stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Show your allegiance to a United States of America, right? The country that gave you everything, then these other countries did not, right? Freedom. That's what it is. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up here. Right, here we go, right here. Man, boy. All right. I would love to play Lee Greenwood, man. I really do, man. I'm going to find me a copyright-free one on there. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for the subscriptions and subscribing and stuff. I see you. I see you. I can see it. And I thank you for the likes, too. I really do. And I thank you for commenting and showing up. Here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And there we go. I appreciate you all and things. And like I said, as I said before, for my detractors and stuff, you know, you're more welcome to come into the room. That's fine. But, you know, like I said before, you know, we know how this is going to end up ending, right? Because once again, Victor is Trump and MAGA, and this is a MAGA America now. It's a beautiful thing. Before I go, I'm just going to leave on this note. You know, I got to always have the last word in on these trolls and stuff. I just troll them so well. I sure do, though. Boy, they so mad about it. I got one more thing I want to show the trolls before I go. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here we go. We got this here for real. Oh, yeah. There it is. Oh, my gosh. This is Kim Jong-un and Xi Jinping, right? So as I said before, for people that hate America as in America, if I had it my way, I would round them all up and send them to North Korea, once again, where they can understand what true pain and suffering really is like. Since you love communism and socialism so much, why don't I accommodate you and round you all up and send you over here to Kim Jong-un? And Kim Jong-un will deal with you on a first and last case basis, you know what I'm saying? He's very intimate, you know, so therefore, oh, man, I'm out though, ladies and gentlemen. This is just for my people. I'm talking about for my detractors and trolls and haters, you know what I'm saying? Just let that photo just stay in your head, because that can be possibly, you can be over here in one of these countries, you know what I'm saying? Same thing in Xi Jinping, you know, over here in China, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. But I appreciate the love and the likes, though, guys. Y'all know how I do, you know what I'm saying? Can I get to 100? I can get to 100. Before I go, can I get to 100 before I go? I know y'all love my stuff, you know? You know what I'm saying? That's all they know how to do. It's just come in here and clown. I'm not taken back by it, obviously. Boy, I've been cooking they behind, boy. Yep. Oh my goodness, talking about you got nothing when they party losing. Oh man, lost losers, boy. Oh my goodness, man. Woo, man. Oh my, when a real man stand up.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, but it's all good though. But I gotta go to work though. So other than that, I appreciate you. Mud Butter and the rest of you. Mud Butter, what kind of name is that? I'll see you back here again, though, too, man. It's all good. And things, I'll see you, you know. Yeah, you are winning. Yeah, I know, right? I see you, Mud Butter. Oh, that's all. I remember you from the other day, though, you know. Mud Butter, you know what I'm saying? Winning so much. Yeah, I know, boy. It feels good, Mud Butter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Boy, I tell y'all, man. Boy, just winning so much. And they are losing so much. But yeah, but I appreciate you guys, man. I really, truly got to go. But other than that, I'll see y'all on the next one, you know. Yep, back to winning. You're right about that, Mud Butter. Back to winning, right? So we'll do this tomorrow. Yep, we are winning, sir. Absolutely. We are winning. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. Here it is. We are winning. Yep, Mud Butter, I appreciate it. Thank you. We are winning, sir. Winning, winning, winning. Can't you smell that? That's some freedom. Freedom, man, I tell you. Mud Butter, that's freedom. Can you smell? Not what The Rock got cooking, but can you smell? Oh, yeah. This is what winning is like, brother. You know, oh, I got something special for all you trolls that come in this room, you know. That's coming from Macho Man Randy Savage, though, man. Y'all remember Macho Man Randy Savage? How do we get out of here? All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time, man. Tomorrow. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out. And you too, Mud Butter. All right.